Scrapping in my own private Idaho, and today I am sharing my Title Tuesday title on a Wednesday, and I'm going to make this sun layout, which is actually a scene. So the title that I created was this, and you can see that it is a hybrid between print and cut, and also just your regular Cricut cut. And I will share with you the title of um, the font because I love this font. It worked out great. It's a large font and I did not have to add in any letters. So I will share that one with you because this is definitely a font I will use over again. It's nice and thick. So let's go ahead and get started. So Mischelle Wyatt, and I will share her. She is the one that created the Mario type elements for this. The boys dressed up for, my nephews dressed up as Mario for Halloween, and I wanted to share that, and she had some cute ones, and I'm going to move this over a little bit because for whatever reason I have a dark spot when I'm filming, and I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So the first thing that I did was I went in my stash, and this is very old paper, and I grabbed some green paper, and this paper actually was paper that I've had for a long time, but I've used it many times for grass because it has just a small detail and it works really good. And I'm actually going to start storing some of my paper in a section where I can do scenes. I'm going to let the dog out because she's going to drive us crazy. So and then also this is from a Halloween pack, but it is also great. So a lot of times it seems to be that scene layouts are a lot of fun. And so I want to make sure, can you go ahead and close the door, honey? Thank you. So, sorry about that interruption. So I will go ahead and say this. So when you are, Halloween packs are packs that you don't often use all of, but they're really good about having this type. And this is a Stampin' Up pack, and if I find the name of it, it's retired. If I find the name of it, I will put it in there. And so I had some Kiwi Lane templates that I used that I found at a garage sale, and if I can figure out which ones I used, I will put that down as well. So what I did was I went ahead and created these, and I want to make sure that they match. I don't have enough pictures of all of them as Mario, but I decided I would go with the brothers theme instead of just the the other. And this is actually, this is the back of a printed paper. When this paper was made, they didn't always print on both sides. So this paper was from a close to my heart pack, was called Splendor. This is the back side of it. So some of it is, and then I think the back of this was a paper pack called Miracle, I believe. But it had the colors. I was out of the cardstock, and I love this blue. I thought it looked very gamey, I guess is the word I'm going to go for. So I'm going to put this on the edge, and I'm going to slide this over here, and I will show you. I was going to do a print and cut, but kind of do a walkthrough with my computer again, but I ran out of time, and so I will try, maybe I'll do that this week. But the title one that I'm using this week, I'm not even for sure if it will have a Cricut cut. I might be doing something else with an interactive thing. We'll see. I'm looking at the next thing on my desk. So I did, to make this look when you're doing a scene, because these are large cuts that don't have a lot of detail with them, so I always ink them. So I've inked them on the edge. And this is the back of that paper. I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is the back of it. And it was fun paper. It was hard to use it, but I don't have a lot of haunted houses, and I do love this brick. It's great for all kinds of things. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set this aside. I had I made little clouds, and these little clouds was a stencil. It was a large die cut that cuts out a whole bunch of clouds all at once, and I will pop them up. I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to add the detail of drawing around them. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. So I created a little I guess it's supposed to look like a chimney, because I guess they pop out of chimneys. I had to actually go on and look at a Mario game, because I had no idea what things look like. So this is supposed to be the top of a chimney, I guess. I don't know, the things that they pop out of. So I drew the lines. This is, I wanted it to be wide as my picture. If I wasn't tucking this under here, I would pop this up and have him come out of it, but I'm already tucking this in under the wall, so I won't pull that up. But if you wanted to make it bigger, you could definitely put some foam tape and have this be interactive. So I'm going to go ahead and just put it on the edge, and this was the little chimney I created. Is 3 inches by 2 inches, and then this is just 3.5 inches, a little bit longer, and then 1 inch wide, and of course I drew around it in a non-perfect way, which is really my way. And I'm going to make sure that you can see this. I've been having problems. Oh dear, there goes all my stuff, so I'm going to be missing pieces. I've been having a hard time seeing, and I'm filming at night, so hopefully that will be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put his picture in here, and then I have this. I'm not even for sure what they're called, because I am not a gamer, obviously, and I have girls. So alright, and then I'm going to slide this one down here, and he's just going to pop up like that, ever so cute. And then I have this lovely little thing. This is a print and cut. This is kind of interesting because I accidentally put it on glossy paper, but what was nice about this is I printed all of my print and cuts fit on one page. So okay, now my people are peeping out. Okay, so that was him. He wasn't dressed up like Mario, but Batman can come to the party if he wants to. And then the other thing that I did was, this was, they had on a picture, the picture that I was looking at that was of Mario, they had these little bricks under. Well, I didn't have any red brick paper, and I already had 2 kinds of red. So what I did was I just got a scrap and I just drew random lines. And when you're making your brick, you can see my lines aren't even straight. You just want to make sure that the bricks aren't, you don't line them all up, because then it looks like a brick wall. It's not perfect, and I don't care. They'll never know the difference. And I'll put this up here. And then we have these fun little hungry plants, I guess they are. I'm not for sure what they are. And I'm going to put that one right here. I'm going to put my Oh Brothers right on here. And I will pop that up. I'm not going to pop it up right now. But this was the best. I loved this font. I love these 2 fonts, so I'll share that with you. And that can be any one. And then this was from Scrappy to Do It. I believe it was Mischelle Wyatt. If not, I will correct myself and put the correct things on there. And his nose did not stand out, so what I did was I printed it twice, and I popped up his nose because I drew around it, and it didn't look very good because, like I said, my drawing isn't very great. And you can see that I layered that O with just a piece of paper. Okay, so that's my one. That's the one over there. And then my companion page, because this will be, and then I think I'm going to pop up the clouds. And and actually I'm going to put the star over here. The star is going to go, I will audition the star on this side, but it might wind up being over there. I'm trying to decide whether I want to put the star right up here, because I have a little bit of space here. We'll just fuss around with that a little bit. We'll get our big parts down, and then we'll worry about our little parts. Okay. Hopefully you can see that one. Yeah, that one's pretty clear. So I have my things going here, and then I'm going to, my first little guy is going to be up here. these cute little fellers. This was the paper that was on the back. So that's what the Splendid looked like. And I needed just a little bit of color to make it pop a little bit. So I'm going to put this right here. So I've got it all lined up. I'm going to put it in a little bit. I'm going to put that right there. Oops. Actually, that one's supposed to be sticking out of the mountain as well. Where's my little chimney that I made? I might have to come down a little bit more. No. And they're uneven a little bit. That's okay, because it kind of gives you an idea of balance. So this is just an example of print and cut, and like always, I will share the file that I used. And remember, when I'm sharing these files, I came up with the Oh Brother. I made the Oh Brother part of it, but the all the Mario stuff, that was created by another person, and I want to be sure to give her credit, because creating this stuff is not easy. But this Oh Brother, what I did was I believe this is like 2 inches, and then I spaced, so when I'm typing I allowed a 2-inch space, and then I put my print cut in the middle. And I'm still working on a way to show you. What I really want to do eventually is figure out how to do that, and then I'll split it in two. I'll be making the titles in one swoop, and then I will be got this huge plant. I made this one way too big, but it was so cute. It kind of reminds me of, I never watched Rocky Mountain Horror Story, but didn't they have a plant that kind of looked like that? I don't get out much, so I don't know these things. So I'm going to put that right there, and that will be our layout. If you ever try to use some of the titles and they aren't working, just reach out, just drop me a line, and I will see why they're not working, because it should be, when I put the link at the bottom of the YouTube, you should be just able to click on that and go and make the title. If you don't want to do the whole title, like if you didn't want to do the large, well, the large flower is not on there. If you decided you wanted to do part of it and not all of it, remember you can close the eye, and then it will only cut what you don't close the eye on. I thought someone was trying to say hi. I guess not. I'm going to put this one over here because it's a little bit different. And I do have one of these that are small, and I might put that somewhere too. So I've got a few more flowers that I can put over here. I like this one. Oops, actually, yeah, this one has to come up because I don't want the hungry plant to be facing off. So this is what we did. Oh, we got to put our clouds up in the sky, and that is what we've got so far. Anyway, this was definitely a lot of fun, and I think I am going to leave the star on this side. So I have 3 clouds that way. I did sponge the clouds to give them a little bit of depth. So do you think the star needs to go on this side? The star's kind of big. I could put it right here. I kind of like it like that, and then have it's so big that it could go around this way. But then this one over here is kind of naked. Well, you'll have to come back and see. So when you come onto the YouTube, this particular video, the picture that you first see when you come on, that's the picture that I stayed with. So I will add a few things. I think I might add a few flowers down here. But anyway, so that was a great fun title, and I hope if you would like to use it, please feel free. And remember, this is a print and cut, and this is a regular cut. Talk to you later. Bye.